Hey everyone, welcome back to Ormsby Farm, the Halfway Homestead. My name is Casey. So on today's video, we are talking about 5 of my recommended things to have in your herbal homesteady medicine cabinet, whatever you want to call it, at your disposal. I got this idea and wanted to kind of sit down and chat about it after my dear friend Monica over at Bland's Promised Land Ranch did a video in a collab talking about medicinals. So I'm going to talk about 5 of my probably most favorite that I always have in mind, plus 2 of them we're going to make on camera. One, we're going to make some calendula flower oil, so calendula oil. We're going to do that just so I have it ready for soap making season, which is coming up here in a couple of weeks. But we're also going to get our cayenne powder together. And I'm going to take a cayenne shot on camera because Miss Ann is all for it. And she told me that I will not be disappointed, and I trust Miss Ann. So first, I want to thank everybody that has helped my channel grow as fast as it has for the past couple of weeks. I'm just mind blown, and I'm so blessed to have y'all in my community. And I want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart for watching my videos and liking and sharing. But I also want to say, if you are new, hello, my name is Casey, and I'm from Ormsby Farm, the Halfway Homestead. I was a city boy that moved out to the country, but then I moved back to the city. But I'm planning to move back to the country here soon. So if these type of videos interest you, whether it's backyard chickens, cooking from scratch, baking, herbal remedy medications, canning, all of that fun stuff, I hope you stick around and I hope you press that subscribe button. But also hit the bell icon because YouTube will notify you anytime that I have new videos that drop to the channel, which is usually on the weekends. So let's go ahead and get into the intro, and then we'll talk about the 5 things that I recommend you have in your herbal medicinal cabinet.
Ormsby Farms and the Halfway Homestead.
Alrighty, y'all, I have and this is a great thing, I have an itchy back because I had a little bit of sunburn, so I probably am gonna rub some calendula flower oil on it to help it. So it's good that we're talking about medicinals today, but I first want to start off by saying, I am not a doctor, I am not a nurse, I don't even play one on TV, so I am recommending stuff and use stuff that I feel comfortable and have used before. You have to do what you feel most comfortable for your family. Same with canning. I always recommend that. Don't do something or use something just because you see one of your favorite influencers on YouTube do it. Do your research, figure stuff out, especially if you're on medications. Make sure you talk with your doctor and make sure that nothing's going to get side effecty with it. So, y'all, first thing I want to talk about is the ones that are already made. Now, one, I made all the first 3 on the Every Bit Counts challenge. If you didn't hear about that challenge, I will leave the playlist right up here. And you can go and watch, but each week I made kind of like a medicinal thing. And the first one that I did was I strained my oregano tincture. Can you all see that? Now, I have 2.5 jars of these, and that will last me all year, if not longer than that. Because oregano tincture, I don't use very often, luckily, knock on wood, but oregano tincture is going to be an all-natural antibiotic. Now, this is made with 100 proof alcohol. There are other ways of doing it that does not include the alcohol, if that is something that you do not want to do. So I will leave links down below. I prefer to do the alcohol tincture. I believe it kills a lot of bacteria and all that kind of stuff using the alcohol. So that's what I do. And oregano tincture, how you can take it, different ways that you can take it. One thing, I get these bottles from Amazon. I'll leave them in my Amazon storefront. But basically what I do is I can get a whole, there we go. See that? Now, I'm not going to take it right now because I don't need it. But took that, you can put it right underneath your tongue, bloop, 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 bloop. And that is like taking an antibiotic. Oregano has so many antibacterial purposes and benefits to doing anything oregano. Also doing oregano oil for soaps and stuff is another great way to have an antibacterial soap. They're made different ways. So if you want to learn about a alcoholic tincture, head over to my video week 1. I talk about it, and that is where you can see how I made this. But there's other ways of doing it too. I've also done like my water bottle that I'm drinking during the day. Same way, you just get you a little thing full of them, and then I dump it all in that water and drink it throughout the day. That's the way of getting it where it's not as strong, because it is going to be strong. It may give you a little buzz if you're not an alcohol drinker anyways, but great stuff. This is really great stuff. You see I did it on 825. These dissolvable labels I also love, because when you wash this, it all comes off and you're able to move on. But yes, number 1, oregano tincture. Take it from me, from somebody who has a lot of teeth problem or ear problems. Having this as your antibiotic, so you don't have to go into the pharmaceutical black hole that is getting other stuff. We won't go into that. So that's my number 1. Number 2, I made this one on week 3, but it's medicinal honey. See if you can see. You see how it's a little more liquefied now? Because it drew out all of what's in there is going to be your honey, your garlic, shredded turmeric, and shredded ginger is all in there. And I let it sit for 3 days so it can marinate. And it was very thick at first, and now it's not, you see, because it drew all that water out. How I use this. You could be a gangster and take the teaspoon straight to the head and just go for it. Or you could take a teaspoon and stir it in some hot water and lemon. What I do is I get an 8-ounce cup of boiling hot water like I'm making tea, and I cut a lemon in half and squeeze that half lemon in there, teaspoon in there, stir it up, and then sip on that. That's if you start getting the little googly wooglies in your throat and that kind of stuff. And y'all know it is, fall is the sick season for you and your family. Now, whether you're a homeschool mom or whether your kids are in public school or in private school, I actually work in the county public school where I live, so I know the sicknesses that are running rampant in the schools right now. This is great. You take it like a cough syrup kind of thing, or you could put it in your teas and drink it. It is great to have, and it will keep you feeling great, immune boosted during the fall, yucky wucky, germy wormy season. Just saying. And this I made on week 3. So if you want to find that, go over to the playlist that's up there. Click on the week 3 and then you'll see how I did it. It was super simple, y'all. It's super simple. My friend Monica does it with just onions, and that's great too. This is great. Have a little one in your cupboard. While we're kind of still on that kind of feel of stuff, especially since, cold and flu season is right around the corner, I started and made my Fire Cider. It was really pretty when I first did it. I've been shaking it so much that all the stuff is mixed around and not as pretty. But what I'm doing with this is, so this 9:15 is when I'm going to strain all the bits out, and I'll add the honey in there at that time, and you keep it in a bottle or a jar, and you take that kind of the same as cough syrup. Fire Cider is for immune boosting. You could take it kind of like as a toxin, digestive, it reduces inflammation. Some people take it for cold and flu, like if you're starting to get the little shuffle buffle in your throat, pop a little tablespoon or 2 of it, and it's not going to be yummy. I know that. It's not. It's going to be kind of nasty, but it's going to help. Some people even say they get a boost of energy from it, y'all. I don't see that, and I don't know. But some people say they do. I mean, what I have in mine is I have oregano, rosemary, basil, thyme. I'm trying to look as I'm saying it. Oranges and lemons, shredded turmeric, ginger, horseradish, garlic, onion, cayenne pepper, paprika. And people like paprika. Paprika is really good for your eye health, y'all. So yeah, you can take it that way, or some people take it as a wellness tonic, and just kind of drink it either by itself or mix it with their favorite water or sparkling water, and take that to keep their immune system raring to go. I think I may try that this year, because this is the first time that I'm making my own fire cider. Now, I have bought fire cider from people before, but this is my first year making my own. I'm really, really excited, y'all. I'm really excited. This is gonna be good. And I have like 10 more days before I can strain it, which is good because that will be right before October starts and all of this really goes hee-haw to the walls, if you know what I'm saying. But yeah, that's number 3. And that was on week 2. So if you click on the playlist of Every Bit Counts Challenge, and week 2, I actually showed how I made it. Plus the recipe was in the show notes below. So go over and check that out. But the ones that we're doing now that I'm really excited about, and I'm gonna cut and start back over again. I'm gonna take a sip of my water. Ooh. Is we are going to talk cayenne pepper powder first. And I'm gonna put that in just a regular jar so that I can scoop it out. Now, my dear friend Ann over at Andale Homestead is the one that peer pressured me into this. And I told her that I was going to be talking about her on this video, and I'm going to. She says, and I trust Ann with my whole heart, that she does like 1/8 of a teaspoon in a shot glass of water and mixes around and took that daily. I have really bad acid reflux. And I'm a bigger boy, so my blood pressure is a little bit higher. And that's one benefit of cayenne pepper. I mean, cayenne pepper is pain relief, blood pressure, digestion, helps with acid reflux. So I'm like, why not make you some, Casey? And that's what I'm going to do. Now, she has just started putting it into pill form, her cayenne powder. She grows her own cayenne, dehydrates, powders, all that jazz. I didn't have much of a garden this year, so I decided to purchase it from the Amazon. So that's what I'm going to do is I'm basically first going to pour this in there, and then we're going to do a cayenne pepper shot. So let me go over to the next one that we're going to talk about before we getting crazy on this video, okay? But the other thing that we're doing today is we're doing calendula flower oil. Now, let me tell you that us at Round the Hay Bale were asked last year to do a video collab about medicinals, and we did one fully on calendula oil. Now, this is also, I get this from the Amazon, and this is dehydrated calendula flowers. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna soak this in some grapeseed oil. And I'm gonna let that sit for a while before I use it for soap season. But with the oil, one thing that you can use for the oil is you can put it on some minor scrapes and cuts and that kind of stuff. And you also, the calendula flower is really good for burns. Now, I know that my friend Monica usually uses arnica for closed bruising, burn, that kind of stuff, but she said this is also very good. She made some quick oil on her video, and I'm thinking about doing that. I can't decide whether I just wanted to set it and forget it for a minute or if I'm impatient. I haven't decided what I am today, but I'll figure out soon enough. But yes, I got this, and having these in stock is just, it's so amazing because you can use it a lot of different purposes. Calendula is the one thing that you, from my understanding, and I'm sure that people will tell me in the comments if I am incorrect, but that is not something orally that you should do. It's more topically. So with my oil, calendula oil, I will be using it for soaps. I will be using it to make salves. If I have burns or cuts that I need to do that with. And I may throw some, dried oregano in there for the antibacterial purpose of it too. So that's what we're doing with this. We're gonna make some oils. But before we get going on that, I also wanted to talk about this that my friend Sandy over at Suburban Homesteader, Wyoming, Arizona talked about, is this book. This is volume 1 of it. And it looks like I never use it, but I really do. It is a great book, and you can look up your herb and it tells you all the stuff that you can use it for. Medically, what parts you can use. It's just a wonderful, wonderful book. And I got it when we were shooting our episode on medicinals for the podcast. So I always like to have this and kind of read it and get a little bit more knowledge when I'm deciding to add something to my medicine cabinet. So let's go now and let's pour up the cayenne pepper. And I'm also going to, I think I've decided I'm going to just do the longer calendula oil, I think. We'll see. But I'll tell you once I decide, once we head over to the counter. So let's head over to the counter. All right. So I got my 4-jar funnel in my jar. What we're gonna do, and I put some gloves on just because I don't want to have to rub my eye after I do this. But here we go. It's probably gonna be a very peppery air. Woo! Yeah, it is. Ooh-wee, probably about to sneeze. All right, y'all, I'm probably crazy for this. All right. It's upside down. It's upside down. Here we go. Now, y'all, I was a bartender, but this is the weirdest drink I've ever made. And fill it up with water. Y'all, I'm really nervous. Hope I don't like gag and barf on the video. I don't know if I'm ready.
Are you ready?
I don't know.
Are you ready?
I don't know.
Are you ready?
Okay. Woo! That was gross. That was kind of gross. Now my mouth is on fire. But I know it's good for me. I know it's good for me. Okay, it's dying down a little bit. Okay. Alrighty, so what I'm doing now is I'm going to put the calendula flowers in there. And I'm just gonna make sure that the calendula flowers are covered with my oil, which is going to be my grapeseed oil. I should have probably used my funnel, otherwise I'm gonna probably make a big old mess. But I just used it for cayenne, and I don't want cayenne pepper in my calendula oil. It's all in there. Yeah, I'm still sniffling from the cayenne pepper. I'm gonna vacuum this back up and have this. But we're gonna use some grapeseed oil. And I'm gonna just make sure it's covered. And we're gonna let this sit for 4 to 6 weeks. I'm probably going to go 6 just to make sure, but you want to make sure that it's all covered. Alrighty, y'all, and you're going to leave it in a cool, dark space for 4 to 6 weeks, and then you're ready to strain it and use it in your soaps or however you want to do it. But I thank y'all so much for joining me on this video. What are your go-to medicinals to have in your cabinet? Leave me a comment down below. I would love to hear from you. But also, go ahead if you haven't already and press that subscribe button. But also click the bell because then YouTube will notify you anytime that I put new videos out to my channel. You can also follow me on social media. I leave pictures there all the time at Instagram, Facebook, Threads, all at Ormsby Farms, and I will see y'all in the next video. Bye, y'all. Be blessed.